It comes from Samuel, and he writes, "Hey Alex, do you think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has a better chance of a franchise than Power Rangers?" Well, thank you for your question, Lee. So I'm gonna be honest with you guys. You guys have already seen my take and Jeremy's take about Power Rangers, okay? There's no need for me to continue to reiterate that. If you want to see that, you can definitely check out the previous episode of Ask Alex and some other stuff that I've labeled about Power Rangers. The question that he's implying, does TMNT has a better chance as a movie franchise? Well, here's the thing. It was already a movie franchise. Back in the day, they put out 3 movies that were successful. Then later on in 2007, they put out a movie called TMNT, an animated Ninja Turtles movie. It didn't make a lot of money. It broke even, but it didn't make a lot of money. But it made enough money to, I guess, reboot the franchise. And then we got the 2014 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie. That movie I actually really liked from a realistic perspective. The second one, not so much. I hated Out of the Shadows. Out of the Shadows I thought was dumb. But however, even if you look at Out of the Shadows, that movie didn't do well. I think it broke somewhat even or lost some money. That first iteration did well. It had, I think it was a $90 million budget and made over $400 million worldwide. So my thing is that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been proven to be a good franchise, not necessarily on the level of a Marvel or maybe a DCEU, but it's proven to make some money to continue making more movies. Power Rangers has not done that. You look at the box offices of Power Rangers, each individual movie, except for the first one, didn't make money or break even. So you have to keep that in mind. And also, I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is going the more kid-friendly Nickelodeon route. So if they were to do another iteration of the Turtles, I feel as though they would do that kind of route, a kid-friendly route, than the more serious, grounded route, since they've already tried that and it didn't necessarily pan out. But, what do you guys think? Jeremy, do you think that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has a better chance of being a franchise than Power Rangers? Or am I just being crazy again?
No, no. I mean, you're 100% right. You can't argue with the things that you can quantify. They
Right.
were both franchises. They're both long-running, beloved franchises. The lowest earning Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film was the 2001 that you referenced a minute ago, and it made about $95 million in the worldwide box office off of a production budget of about $35 million. So it made a little bit of money. It actually made $15 million more than the top grossing Power Rangers movie. So if you're just looking at it in terms of viability, which of these movies is going to make the most money? I mean, far and away, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are a more powerful IP. They're more recognizable to, I don't necessarily want to say to people in general, but to movie audiences, because we have 6 theatrical release Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, as opposed to 3, which were the Power Rangers film. Your top grossing, the most that a Power Rangers movie made, is $85 million. That's nothing. That's a lifetime gross. That's not opening weekend. That's not theatrical run. That's what it's made to date, and that is just, that's bad. And then Turbo, Power Rangers movie, which was released in '97, didn't even make $9 million. It made $8.4 million
On a $9 million budget.
It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean that, like you said, we've harped on this. We've talked about Power Rangers, but I do want to say that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a franchise that I actually really loved growing up.
Me too.
I didn't have the Power Rangers, but I had almost every single Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle action figure you could possibly collect. So I'd be interested in another Turtles movie. I actually liked both of the previous ones. While they're obviously not perfect movies, you can't expect a movie about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to be Citizen Kane. So I was fine with it. I'm curious to see if they do end up making another movie.
Yeah, I think that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, even though it has a proven track record of being a franchise, I think that's the best way to go if I were to bet on either of the two, it would be Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. But what do you think, Ian? Do you think that TMNT has a better chance of being a franchise than Power Rangers?
I think it's a no brainer. I don't know what your opinions were about Power Rangers, but I'm glad it sounds like I'm not in the minority on this one. I liked them when I was 5, but I feel like Power Rangers is a dated franchise. Like most adults are not big fans of them. They're like, okay, let's let the kids have it. Exactly. Now, when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, man, that is a childhood love and adults love it. It's more universally loved, I feel. Yeah. I feel like there's no date on that. That's why you guys gave up the numbers. That's why the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles always sell more, because it gets that nostalgia feeling more than the Power Rangers when it comes to your adults and you watching it with your children. I didn't hate the last Power Ranger movie. I thought it was actually okay, but if I was to choose one, though, it's hands down going to be Ninja Turtles. There's a lot of complaints about the modern ones, which I agree with Jeremy. Like, you got to turn your brain off in some of these movies. They're mutant turtles doing ninja crap. So, but no, I've always kind of like a Fantastic Four movie. No matter how bad these Ninja Turtle movies come out, how quality and how much I dislike them, I'm always rooting for them. I'm always like, this is a franchise I would love to see, and I'm always rooting for it. My son, he's a fan of both of them, but I guarantee you right now, if he came up in this room and I asked him that question, he would go with Ninja Turtles every time.
Yeah, and he, you know what, he Ian and Jeremy raised a really good point that Turtles, there's something about the lore of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that attracts all forms of audience, whether you're young, old, big or small. It doesn't matter. Like, for me personally, when I heard that they were rebooting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles back in 2014, instantly excited. I took pictures with the mannequins and stuff like that. It was so cool. And just to think that these are turtles who are trained by a rat, like that is just, in a sense, in my opinion, that's more appealing. And I know that sounds weird. It's more appealing to see that than to see teenagers who don't understand anything turn into superpowered Power Rangers and fighting these little fake monsters and then beating them again in Megazord, big robots that ironically can beat up the enemy, but they don't destroy anything in the city. That doesn't make no sense to me. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has a better chance of being a franchise than Power Rangers? Do you think that all of our points are great or good? Let us know in the comment section below.